What is going on today, guys? Welcome back to Fix It Garage. Today we're going to be winterizing both the CR-V and the Subaru. The CR-V is getting the snow tires put on and the Subaru is getting lifted. So first we're going to start right on the Subaru. We're going to lift the suspension up. I'm going to show you guys my measurements for before and after. And then we're going to throw the snow tires on the Subaru. So let's get right to work. Alright guys, so as you can see, I'm putting up the pre-measurements for adjusting the suspension. I have the measurements for when the car is at track height. Now I wrote down 1.5 inches for the rear. It actually was 2 inches. I mismeasured. I actually off camera checked the other side, found out it was 2 inches. So now what I'm doing is I'm going through the painfully slow process of raising the rear suspension, which I will let you guys get back to enjoying. And here's the measurements for after the lift was done. I put the front suspension at 3.5 inches and the rear at 3 inches. So I increased the ride height by 1 inch and it makes a big difference.
Okay guys, so now the Subaru is lifted. We lifted it about an inch, front and rear. That should get me plenty of ground clearance, if I can speak today, for the winter time. I'm not gonna drive it a bunch in the winter, but if it snows, I am gonna at least bring it out, take it to a spot and maybe do a little bit of snow donuts with it. We'll see. Fingers crossed that it snows down here where I am located. Now it's time to put snow tires on the CR-V. So we're gonna go ahead and get this thing jacked up. We're not gonna use the quick jacks because I don't really want to pull the Subaru out. It is pouring rain right now. So we're just gonna go ahead and get the floor jack out and we're gonna do it the old fashioned way. I have the room in the garage to do it now with the second car in here. So let's get right to doing that. Okay guys, the CR-V snow tires are now on and torqued. Off camera, I also set the tire pressures. That's gonna be it for both of these cars. The Subaru is lifted, snow tires on the CR-V, everything's ready for winter. Now I do have some projects to do on both of these things that aren't winter related, but those will be coming a little bit later. Real quick, I'm gonna show you guys the ride height change on the Subaru so you can see how much taller it is. So maybe it's a little harder to tell than I thought, but the biggest thing for me is now there's a visual gap between the tire and the fender, which I like to run in the wintertime. It allows more room, it allows more ground clearance, especially if it snows, so I'm not gonna snow plow. Not that this would have done it anyways, but I'm also trying to figure out ride heights for when I start putting snow tires on, so this is kind of a test for that this year. So the front and the back are both sitting up higher. It kind of almost looks like the front sits a little bit lower than the back, but I've measured, everything is correct. So now this car is completely ready for the winter time. As for the CR-V, you guys can see I've got the factory wheels on with the Bridgestone Blizzak snow tires. This will be the second or third season I've had these things on. These things are fantastic. I can take this up to the mountain. I can take these anywhere. I've never had any issues with these. I love these things for snow tires. I would recommend Blizzaks to anybody. Subaru's gonna be getting Blizzaks too once I can afford to buy some snow tires for it. And lug nuts are torqued, and as you guys can see, these are different lug nuts than what were on the Motegi's. So real quick, I'm gonna show you guys why we changed the lug nuts. Real quick, I'm gonna show you guys why I had to change lug nuts when I was installing the snow tires. So here you have a tuner lug, and here's an OEM lug nut. It doesn't matter that this is a tuner lug, that style. What it matters is in this end. So if you look, you can see that these tapers are different. This taper matches the ones on the Motegi's, and this matches the factory Honda wheel. It is very important that you have the right lug nuts on the wheels, because if you don't, it can cause damage to the wheel, or it could even cause the lug nuts to come loose and your wheel could fall off. And I don't want any of that. So of course, I'm gonna put the correct Honda lug nuts back on these wheels, since these have different tapers for the different style wheels. And as you also saw, I torqued them to spec. That is gonna do it for today, guys. Thank you everybody for watching. Remember to smash that like button. Remember to subscribe so you can see future Fix It Garage videos. And remember to leave comments down below of some stuff that you would like to see on the channel in the future. We are still really close to 100 subscribers. Let's try and get there before the end of the year. Let's make one last push. Again, thank you guys for watching, and remember that on any car that you own, you should never stop wrenching.